Robin Williams is John Keating, a teacher.
Well, is this the dagger I see before me?
Philosopher.
I like Byron. I give him a 42, but I can't dance to him.
Orator.
Oh, Titus, bring your friend hither.
And founder of a secret society.
The dead poets were dedicated to sucking the marrow out of life. Spirits soared, women swooned, and gods were created. Not a bad way to spend an evening, eh?
Dead Poets Society. Monday on Showtime.
I am sick and tired of going to the funerals of black men who have been murdered by white men.
They are powerless against us if every single Anglo-Saxon Christian one of us stands together.
Gene Hackman.
These people crawled out of a sewer, Mr. Ward.
Willem Dafoe. It's an exclusive you won't see on HBO or Cinemax.
What's wrong with these people?
Mississippi Burning. Tuesday on Showtime. Unable to conceive.
Why do you think this happened to us?
A couple faces the trials of adoption.
Giving birth is nature's way. Adoption, that's God's way.
I had a baby, a boy. Why aren't you with him?
I'm sorry, but we can't have any visitors during the feeding.
She's not a visitor.
I'm sorry.
She's family.
Glenn Close, James Woods, and Mary Stuart Masterson star in Immediate Family. Wednesday on Showtime.
Next time with Super Dave, a model show for a model guy.
It's very emotional for me.
When you're escorted to a remote part of Super's compound.
I bet it looks like a real cabin cruiser on camera.
Nobody toys with your emotions like Super Dave.
It's a way to live out your fantasy.
With music by Dan Hill. And Willie Tyler and Lester. This extravaganza speaks for itself.
I'm not talking to you.
On the next episode of Super Dave.
Thursday on Showtime.
It's a great event to follow here.
It's comedy. It's Showtime.
Now, let's talk about that for a second here.
Well, Leslie Nielsen knows from Funny when he hosts the National Lampoon Comedy Playoffs. Meet a cat who's really onto something. Mike McDonald on target. The punchlines pay off nicely through the efforts of one Super Dave. Share a laugh with the cream of the crop.
What a woman.
Elaine Boozler, top tomato. Tune in and find out how he did it. Howie Mandel, hooray for Hollywood. In Living Color, Shining Star has a capital idea. It's Tommy Davidson taking it to D.C. They set him up, they pay him off. They leave you in the aisles when the jokes are at our expense. He's too much. She's too cute. Together, they're too funny. They're a pair of jokers, John Mendoza and Pam Madison.
Dig it.
Harvest the best in the field, funny farmers. It's October. It's comedy. It's Showtime.
It all started with a rabbit. Type, floppy-eared mammal. Composition, paint on celluloid. Disposition, cheerful, easygoing. The rabbit had it all. Good looks, successful career, sexy wife.
Come on, Roger, let's go home. I'll bake you a carrot cake.
Then came trouble.
The rabbit cacked him last night.
I'm looking for a murderer.
So the rabbit goes on the lam, with a little help from Private Eye Eddie Valiant.
Hide me, Eddie! Please!
This is the story of the hit comedy Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Get out of there!
But the real story of the film isn't the teamwork of these unlikely co-stars.
Come on, Eddie. You're my only hope.
But rather how a scene like this, teaming real-life action with animation, was ever brought to the screen in the first place. For director Robert Zemeckis, the question of how ultimately becomes a question of why.
Those are the only films worth doing, are the ones that are risky. So, I mean, I decided to spend 2 years of my life on this film because it's challenging.
With an army of over 700 designers, animators, and technicians, Zemeckis and executive producer Steven Spielberg essentially had to shoot 2 films, one with live action and then a second, animated to be superimposed over the first.
It'll look kind of like an Invisible Man movie until we put the cartoons in, and then it'll be holes. We knew that to create the illusion, the cartoon characters had to move things in the physical world.
In this scene, a combination of puppeteers, mechanical arms, and unseen technicians create the movements that will eventually be performed by tunes. The final element, however, must be provided by actor Bob Hoskins.
My job is to make it feel right.
You know what I mean? To actually make a relationship with thin air.
How can I ever repay you?
For starters, don't ever kiss me again.
Cut. Print it, next page.
Once the live-action sequences are filmed, a rough drawing of the animation, called a pencil sketch, is added to make sure that the mechanical devices used in a scene will be completely hidden. The animated drawings, over 10,000 of them, are then colored in by hand and photographed frame by frame. The process is painstaking, but the results are dazzling.
I'm just amazed. There's things being done. When we start off, you think, you've got to be kidding. There's no way we're going to do that. And we do. And we do it better than we thought we were going to do.
In a film where so much goes unseen, it's only appropriate that two of Roger Rabbit's biggest stars are invisible as well. Providing the voice for the sultry Jessica Rabbit is Kathleen Turner.
They gave me a kind of a sketch, you know, an idea that she'd be red hair, like, you know, sort of a Veronica Lake sort of style, and very, very, very slinky. And they said they just wanted the most sultry voice I could come up with. I'd do anything for my husband, Mr. Valiant. Anything.
What a wife.
The voice of Roger himself came from stand-up comedian Charles Fleischer.
I don't know, man. I just saw the picture of him, and it just evolved.
It just sort of came out. I can't explain it. Some things just happen. You can't put your finger on it.
And then I came up with the idea of having him go,
Please, and having his cheeks wiggle when he talks. And that became it. Please.
And they bought it. I couldn't believe it.
So get ready for Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Boy, I'm ready. Dukes, I see you. Ears to the ground. Why, nobody gets the drop on Roger Rabbit.
This month on Showtime.
A good thing, we're having a good time. Hey, good thing, yeah, it's showtime.
Michael Nunn claims he's second to none. Good reason. He's the IBF middleweight champ. Yet the fame which follows an unbeaten champion has eluded him. Donald Curry, a former welterweight and super welterweight champion, has been brilliant and disappointing in a battling career. Donald Curry and Michael Nunn thrust themselves into the international spotlight when they meet in France for stardom and all the glitz which accompany a title fight. Thursday, October 18th, 10 p.m., 9 Central, exclusively on Showtime Championship Boxing. Showtime Coast to Coast rocks a brand new horizon with the London Sessions as your host Herbie Hancock puts a little English on the music with the likes of Pete Townsend, Bob Geldof, Simply Red's Mick Hucknall, Billy Bragg, Hot House, Van Morrison, Chick Corea, Freddie Hubbard, and Pat Metheny.
It promises to be a really exciting show.
England swings, and you won't want to miss it on a special edition of Showtime Coast to Coast, the London Sessions. Premiering October 22nd only on Showtime. They took away his freedom.
Hereby sentence you to 6 years.
They covered up the truth.
He claims you fired.
What else is he gonna say?
And now he's got to survive.
What you got in the bag, sucker?
Tom Selleck.
You just gotta hold on and be strong for each other.
F. Murray Abraham.
It's simple in here. An insane place with insane rules.
An innocent man.
You ain't got to stand tall in here, but you've got to stand up.
Premiering November 3rd on Showtime. Life and death.
When I grew up in Brooklyn, nobody committed suicide. You know, everyone was too unhappy.
Love and hate.
He's interested in producing something of mine.
Your first child.
Comedy and tragedy.
What are we talking about here?
She can be gotten rid of.
Woody Allen, Mia Farrow, Angelica Houston, Martin Landau.
I mean, if you want a happy ending, you should go see a Hollywood movie.
Crimes and misdemeanors. Premiering November 4th on Showtime. The following exclusive program is brought to you by Showtime for people who value their entertainment.